We have no clean towels here, Meg. None. I know, I assured him. I know. It's almost 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Just hearing his own words inflamed him all the more. Well, my dad died. He hung up when I said that. Being a businessman, my husband knows when a meeting is over. It might be that I have never understood marriage. My mother died so soon that I can hardly remember how my parents were with one another. I mostly remember how they were with me. I remember my mother teaching me mindless household tasks, chatting away about her friends and her friends' kids, or what she planned to cook for the holidays, fixing her hair, touching up her lipstick, always in a shirt dress and half apron. And of course, I remember a lifetime with my father. But I learned so little about how a marriage might work. I saw my Aunt Natty and Uncle Bill muddling along as they did, being kind and useful together, not saying much. Uncle Bill actually said almost nothing. I've never since known a man of so few words as Uncle Bill, who exercised an entire repertoire of communications without them. He'd nod and chuckle, shake his head fast and slow, depending on the context. He'd smile or half smile or slap his knee, lean forward or back, a veritable human dictionary of nonverbal responses. But I never caught the exact gist of their marriage. I had an idea that my father's sister Mary and her husband made a marriage worth the trouble. They'd escaped to California together after all, so they only had each other for a while. They must have been a team, those two. But because they lived so far away, I never really saw how their bond worked, or how running away to a new state might have melded them together. I would have liked to know that. It might have helped me. And I never met anyone who wanted to bound across the country with me to a life all our own. I might have, if I hadn't married my husband when I did. But I think at that time, almost 20 years ago, I didn't consider the largeness of marriage, how another person could shape your days into something lovely or not, how a husband could bring in a whole set of positions about living and put them on you, insist you encounter them every day, routines and expectations, friends you don't like and activities you're not asked to join, and needs and more needs and jibes and jokes you don't understand. I had not thought about any of that because my father had been so easy to live with and had loved me so well. How could I have imagined? But I have options, of course. We all do. I have resources, friends, opinions of my own about living, and my own routines, I suppose. My own quiet jibes here and there. And when my father called me, I left everything to play out the end of his life the way he wanted it played. When I was 12, maybe 13, we got an invitation to visit my father's second cousin, Santina, and her husband, Tom, who lived in a tiny town in Michigan called Iron River, with only a few streets and a narrow trickle of brown water moving through. Our happy relatives took us in and fed us plates of homemade macaroni with meaty sauce and pitchers of lemonade. Unlike Natty and Bill, these two talked constantly, interrupting each other with good cheer, and asking questions without even waiting for the answers. They had one son then, living in Milwaukee, and they said they missed him every day. We couldn't even sleep in his room when we visited them because he left everything just the way he wants it, Santina said without apology. My father slept in the spare bedroom upstairs, and I slept on a daybed out on the screened porch, an adventure of squeaky springs and a view of the night sky. On our second day, Santina took me to the local grocery store and bought me my first pocketbook. That was her name for it. The bag had a handle and a snap closure and was made of pale pink patent leather. I could barely speak. I felt so elevated. Before we left, Santina gave me a handkerchief printed with large daisies, and Tom gave me a $5 bill to put in the zippered pocket of my new bag. Ciao, bambino. Ciao, Giovanni. Come again, they called as we pulled away from the curb to drive home. But we didn't go again, and I cannot say why. My father liked them, though, I could tell. That Christmas, he refurbished a beautiful old Bulova watch and sent it to Santina in thanks for our visit. They're happy, I commented to my father, making conversation as we hit the highway for home. He glanced over at me and smiled. Santina